Walk onto any used car lot in America this week, and there is a very good chance a salesman is about to talk someone's grandmother into the single worst financial decision of her retirement. It will not look like a mistake. It will look like a bargain. A gleaming luxury SUV with a badge that costs $70,000 new, sitting on the lot for $12,000. Leather everywhere. A smooth, quiet ride on the test drive. And the salesman will lean in and say the words that end careful retirements everywhere. You will never get another chance at this price. He is right about one thing. She will never get another chance at that price. Because there is a reason a $70,000 SUV is selling for $12,000, and it is not generosity. It is that the people who understand these vehicles have already run for the exits, and the repair bills that are coming will cost more than the truck. I have been a mechanic for 23 years, and I have watched this exact scene play out more times than I can count. An older buyer on a fixed income, lured in by a luxury badge and a low price, driving off in something that will be back in my shop within the year, holding an estimate with a comma in it. So today I am going to do the opposite of what most of these videos do. Instead of 5 vehicles to buy, I'm going to show you the 5 SUVs a senior driver should never buy, and exactly why, with the real numbers. And for every single one, I'm going to tell you what to buy instead, because you still deserve something comfortable, safe, and easy to live with. I am saving the most heartbreaking one for last, because it is the one I see hurt retirees the most, and it wears the most respected badge on this list. Number 5, never buy a used Range Rover. And I know the moment I say it, half of you are thinking that a Range Rover is the dream. It is beautiful, it is comfortable, it rides like a cloud, and right now they are shockingly cheap used. That cheap price is not a gift. It is a warning label. Here is the truth. The badge is hiding. The Range Rover rides like a cloud because it floats on an AIR suspension system. And that same system is one of the most expensive things to fail on any vehicle sold. The air struts and compressor typically give out somewhere between 6 and 10 years of age, which is exactly the age of the cheap ones on the lot. And a full replacement runs $4,000 to $6,000. That is not the whole ownership cost. That is one repair. Independent estimates put the 10-year maintenance total for a Land Rover near $19,000, almost double the industry average, and a major dependability study found Land Rovers suffer nearly twice as many problems as a Lexus. For a retiree on a fixed income, this is not a luxury SUV. It is a subscription to a repair shop that you cannot cancel. A retired school teacher named Barbara came into my shop about 2 years ago, glowing because she had just bought a Range Rover for $11,000, a truck that had stickered near 90 when it was new. She thought she had finally gotten her dream car at a price that made sense. 14 months later, she was back, and the air suspension had dropped the truck to the ground in her own driveway. The repair estimate was $4,600. She had paid $11,000 for the car. She looked at me and asked how a car that expensive could be worth so little the moment something broke, and I had to tell her the truth. It was never worth $11,000. It was worth exactly what the next repair would cost, which is why it was so cheap in the first place. What to buy instead? If what you love is the tall, commanding, genuinely luxurious ride, buy a Lexus GX. It is a real body-on-frame luxury SUV with a naturally aspirated V8 that shares its engineering with the Toyota Land Cruiser. Owners routinely take them past 250,000 miles, and the average repair cost runs under $800 a year, not $4,000 a visit. You get the leather, the height and the presence without the bill that ends retirements. Number 4, never buy a used Nissan Murano, Pathfinder, or Rogue from the wrong years. And honestly, as a senior buyer, I would tell you to skip the whole family. These are everywhere. They are cheap, they look modern and comfortable, and the interior is genuinely nice. The problem is underneath, and it is the transmission. These Nissans use what is called a CVT, a continuously variable transmission, and Nissan's version has been failing for 2 decades. This is not a rumor or a forum complaint. Nissan settled a class action lawsuit over the CVTs in the 2014 through 2018 Rogue, the 2015 through 2018 Pathfinder, and the related Infiniti. Owners report the transmission failing as early as 70,000 miles, and a replacement runs $4,000 on the low end and over $7,000 on a Murano. Think about what that means for the buyer this video is for. A retiree buys a nice looking Nissan for $8,000 and 18 months later is standing at a service counter looking at a $7,000 transmission bill on an $8,000 car. The math is a tragedy, and it happens constantly. I had a customer, a retired postal carrier named Ron, who bought a clean looking Murano because his knees were done and it was easy to get into, and the price was right at $7,500. He drove it for a little over a year. Then one morning, pulling out of his street, the transmission simply let go. No warning, no limp home, just gone. The dealer quoted him just under $7,000 for a replacement CVT on a $7,500 car. He kept asking me if there was a cheaper way, and there just is not, because when these fail, the only real fix is a whole new transmission, and it often fails again a few years later. Ron did the only sensible thing. He walked away from the car and lost almost everything he had put into it. What to buy instead? You want a Toyota RAV4 or a Honda CR-V. Both are the same size, same practicality, same easy step-in height, and both use a conventional transmission and a naturally aspirated engine with a timing chain. These routinely cross 200,000 miles on nothing but oil changes. They're less exciting on the lot, and they will still be running when the Nissan is on its second transmission. Number 3, never buy a used Audi Q7, a BMW X5, or any of the German luxury SUVs on a budget. This is the same trap as the Range Rover, wearing a different badge, and it catches people because these are genuinely wonderful to drive when they work. The issue is what happens after the warranty ends, which is precisely when the cheap used ones land on the lot. Mechanics who specialize in German cars will tell you the same short list every time. On the Q7, timing chain tensioner failures, oil consumption, and turbocharger problems. On the X5, timing chain issues, oil leaks from the gaskets, and electronic gremlins. The parts come from Germany and cost accordingly, and the labor requires a specialist who charges luxury rates. The Q7 has landed on national lists of the least reliable vehicles you can buy, and that is not because it is a bad car. It is because it is a complicated car, and complexity is the enemy of a cheap, worry-free retirement vehicle. I want to give you one number that tells the whole story. On these German SUVs, the first 3 years under warranty, the owner pays maybe $700 a year in service and thinks they own the most reliable car in the world. Then year 4 arrives, the warranty ends, and that number jumps to well over $1,000 a year in routine service alone before a single thing actually breaks. And the cheap used ones on the lot are always past year 4. You are not buying the car during the good years. You are buying it exactly when the bill comes due, and the person who owned it during the good years knew to sell it precisely now. That is not a coincidence. That is the whole used luxury market in one sentence. A retired accountant named Walter learned this the hard way. He bought a BMW X5 for $13,000, thrilled, because he had wanted one his whole working life, and finally the price was within reach. He got about 10 good months. Then the oil leaks started, then a cooling system failure, then an electronic fault that took the dealer 3 visits to chase down. Inside of a year and a half, he had spent more than $9,000 on top of the purchase price, and the truck still was not right. Walter told me the car was wonderful every single day it worked, and a catastrophe every day it did not, and there were far too many of the second kind. He is the reason I make videos like this one. What to buy instead. If you want a genuinely upscale badge that will not ruin you, the Lexus RX 350 is the answer, and it is not close. It is a true luxury crossover. It rides beautifully. It has one of the most forgiving entry heights of any vehicle for aging knees and hips. And underneath the leather, it is a Toyota. The same bulletproof V6, a proven transmission, and repair costs closer to a Camry than a BMW. It is the luxury SUV you can actually afford to own, not just to buy. Before the last two, real quick, if this honest breakdown is saving you or someone you love from a very expensive mistake, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. These are the exact vehicles I steer my own parents away from, and I put out videos every week, breaking down which ones dealerships push on senior buyers and which ones to buy instead. Now, back to the countdown, because the last two are the ones that break my heart the most. Number 2, never buy a used Jeep Grand Cherokee as your retirement vehicle. This one stings because it is so popular, it looks rugged and safe, and the price is always tempting. But popularity is not reliability, and the Grand Cherokee has a long documented history of exactly the kind of problems a senior driver should never have to deal with. The trouble is spread across the whole vehicle, which is the worst kind of trouble. Electrical faults that are maddening to diagnose, air suspension failures on the models that have it, transmission issues on several years, and a brand that consistently ranks near the very bottom of major dependability studies, close to dead, last among all car makers. Ownership cost studies grade it poorly and put the 5-year cost near $60,000 once you count the repairs. For a younger buyer with a second car and a weekend to spend in the garage, fine. For a retiree who needs the vehicle to simply start every morning and never surprise them, it is the wrong choice. And I have watched too many people learn that the expensive way. A retired firefighter named George is the one I think of. He bought a Grand Cherokee to haul his grandkids around because it looked safe and rugged and the price was fair. Within a year, the electrical system started doing things no one could explain. The dash lights would flicker, the transmission would hesitate, and twice it simply would not start in a parking lot with all 5 grandchildren loaded in the back. He brought it to 3 different shops. Nobody could pin it down, because with these, the trouble is never in one place. George finally sold it for half what he paid, just to be rid of the uncertainty, and told me the worst part was never trusting it with the kids in the car. What to buy instead? If you need genuine capability, room, and something that will start every single morning for the next 15 years, buy a Toyota Highlander, or if you want body-on-frame toughness, a Toyota 4Runner, or if you want body-on-frame toughness, a Toyota 4Runner. The Highlander is the 3-row family hauler that simply refuses to break, and the 4Runner is very nearly immortal. Both hold their value, both are everywhere, and both are the opposite of a gamble. And now number 1, the one I most wish I could stop people from buying. Never buy a used luxury SUV just because the new engine promises are impressive. And I am talking specifically about the newest wave of small turbocharged luxury SUVs that are just now getting cheap enough to tempt a used buyer. Here is what almost nobody at the dealership will tell an older buyer. The engines in many of these newer luxury SUVs were not built the way the legends were. To meet fuel economy targets, manufacturers shrank the engines, added turbochargers, and tightened everything to the edge of its tolerance. The result is that some of the most respected badges on earth are now issuing engine recalls and facing federal investigations over engines that fail without warning, sometimes before 40,000 miles. When even the manufacturer is replacing engines by the tens of thousands, the used buyer who bought that same SUV for a bargain price inherits every bit of that risk, with no warranty left to cover it. A retiree cannot absorb a $12,000 engine replacement on a vehicle they bought for $15,000. Nobody can. The saddest one I ever saw was a retired nurse named Diane who had saved carefully and bought a nearly new luxury SUV with one of these small turbo engines because it was the nicest thing she had ever owned, and she thought newer meant safer. The engine failed at 41,000 miles. Because she had bought it used, the original warranty was gone, and the replacement engine quote was over $12,000. She had done everything right her whole life, saved, been careful, and a decision that looked like the responsible one. Buying something newer and nicer is the one that cost her. That is the story I am trying to stop from happening to you. What to buy instead, and this is the heart of the whole video. Buy the older, simpler, naturally aspirated version of exactly the comfort you are looking for. If you want luxury, a Lexus RX or GX from the era before everything went turbo. If you want space, a Toyota Highlander. If you want to buy one vehicle and drive it for the rest of your life without ever thinking about it, a Toyota with a naturally aspirated engine and a timing chain is the most reliable decision you can make. The market has not caught up to this yet, which means those bulletproof, understressed engines are sitting on used lots, cheap, ignored, while people finance complicated new luxury SUVs with engines under federal investigation. That gap is your opportunity, and now you know how to see it. So there they are, the 5 SUVs I would beg a senior driver to walk past. The used Range Rover with its $4,000 suspension, the Nissans with the transmission that fails at 70,000 miles, the German luxury SUVs that need a specialist and a second paycheck, the Jeep Grand Cherokee that ranks near the bottom for dependability, and the new wave turbo luxury SUVs with engines even the manufacturers cannot keep alive. And the beautiful part is that you give up nothing by avoiding them. For every single one, there's a Lexus or a Toyota that gives you the same comfort, the same space, the same easy step-in, the same quiet ride, and asks almost nothing in return. The badge on those German and British SUVs is not selling you luxury, it is selling you a bill. The badge on a Lexus is selling you 15 years of not worrying, which at any age, and especially in retirement, is the only luxury that actually matters. The next time a salesman leans in and tells you that you will never get another chance at this price on that gorgeous luxury SUV, you will know exactly what to say. You are absolutely right. And walk to the other end of the lot and buy the boring Toyota that will still be running long after that bargain would have emptied your savings. 23 years of pulling wrenches has taught me one thing. The vehicles the market ignores are almost always the ones senior drivers should be buying, and the ones it makes look glamorous are almost always the trap. Like the video if it helped, and tell me in the comments, which of these have you or someone you know been burned by? I read everyone. Subscribe for more honest truth about the cars dealerships hide from senior buyers. Take care of your car, and it will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.